Now at 6, a man is rushed to the hospital following a shooting in Joplin. We have the latest from police on the investigation. Plus, how the city of Joplin plans to improve neighborhoods with a grant from the state. And Missouri police are investigating several threats about school shootings.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Police are asking residents to avoid an area in Joplin as they confront a man wanted for homicide out of Kansas City, Missouri. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Amber Jenkins. Authorities say they arrested a man at house in 1800 block of North St. Charles. They asked everyone to avoid the area as this is an active scene with a SWAT and guns drawn. Again, police say avoid the area of 1800 block of North St. Charles. KOAM Shannon Becker was at the scene and will have the details later in the show. Joplin police are investigating after a man was shot in the Cecil Floyd neighborhood this morning. Investigators arrived to the home located at the 1800 block of West 20th Street about 8:15 this morning. Captain William Davis says officers found a man shot in the thigh. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. Police say the man is in stable condition. Police interviewed multiple people at the property. Davis says that any information regarding a suspect will be shared during the investigation. An hours-long standoff in Montgomery County ends this morning with a man in custody. Investigators have not released many details yet. We do not know that Cherryville Police and Montgomery County deputies respond to the area of 4th and Carson Street late last night. At the time, they asked residents to avoid the area if possible. The incident prompted Cherryville Thayer schools to cancel classes and events for the day. The sheriff's office posted on its Facebook page that more details will be released. We'll have the update when we get them. Police across Missouri are investigating several threats made yesterday about school shootings. These squatting incidents happened at 2 schools in the 4 states and 5 other schools in southwest Missouri. Carl Junction High School officials said yesterday they received a call claiming a threat at the high school. Carthage High School also said they were a victim of the squatting call yesterday. There were no threats to either school. Swatting refers to a host of calls to 911 to report an emergency that would require a large law enforcement response. Missouri Highway State Control says the calls originated out of the country. The city of Joplin receives $3.5 million grant from the state of Missouri for community rejuvenation efforts. KOAM Yana Hatula talked to the city officials and local realtors about the current housing situation in town.
The city of Joplin is putting effort in community rejuvenation. The city will provide a match for $3.5 million awarded by the Missouri Department of Economic Development and funded through American Rescue Plan Act, totaling to $7 million of funding.
It's going to do a lot to make housing more attainable. It's going to also help improve our existing housing stock. So Joplin will see a lot of real and significant improvement as a result of these one-time funds being delivered to the city of Joplin.
The city sees 3 scenarios: tornado recovery, job commuters, and elderly population creating demand in housing.
I think we have to a tune of almost 1,000 units going up in Joplin area right now. Rental units, and again, it's just trying to catch up with the demand.
Local realtor in Joplin says housing prices are comparably stable to what they were last year, and people may need to make decisions on houses more quickly.
People are looking at housing. Some people are trying to transition out of as school ends. They're trying to time their move for early summer, so they're doing a lot of preliminary looking, and things are going under contract now with the intention of them closing in May, and people will finish out the school year where they are if that's a factor for them.
City's housing study shows there is demand for all types of housing.
We're looking at bringing up what we used to call the JHAP program, which provides housing assistance and closing costs to purchase a new home.
In Joplin, Janna Haudala, KOAM News.
Officials say after the city's housing study was released last year, they saw a lot of interest in people building new housing in Joplin. The town of Anderson, Missouri is having a public hearing tonight about its waterworks and sewage system. On the April 4th ballot, residents will decide whether to approve $4 million worth of bonds to extend and improve the existing system. The money will also help buy land and rights the way needed for the project. Those interested in learning more can attend tonight's meeting. It starts at 6 o'clock at the Anderson City Hall on West Beaver Street. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with the first look at weather.
Well, it actually turned out to be a decent Tuesday afternoon. Kind of chilly. High temps only right around 50 degrees for most of us. We had a random few little showers during the morning hours, but 49, we should be at 64. That's a 15-degree difference of where we should be for this time of the year, but we're going to get closer to that number by the time we head into Wednesday and then go above it by Thursday. But a nice evening. Not a whole bunch is going on here. In fact, the entire Central Plains pretty calm, meaning Wednesday and Thursday look pretty good, but it is chilly. It's 50 in Nevada, 53 in Anderson, Grand Lake 54, Chanute sitting at 54. A little breezy for us today. These winds are going to start to calm down a bit, which is good. Through the rest of the evening, we slide back through the 40s into the 30s. In fact, right around freezing later on tonight. So a cold night tonight, warming up tomorrow, thunderstorms by Friday. We'll look at all that here in just a bit.
There are plans for a huge piece of land by the Lake of the Ozarks. Tonight, people looked at the plans for a 10-story hotel and a family amusement park. Marina Silva reports on what's in the blueprints.
Right here, we're at about the entrance of the hotel. So we're going to have a European-style auto court here to receive the valet area. Come into the hotel. At the front of the hotel is going to be the conference center.
Big developments coming here to Lake of the Ozarks.
We're going to have a 10-story, 400-room resort hotel. It's going to have a 26,000 square foot conference center and a full spa, full fitness center, restaurants, rooftop bar, lakeside pool, wedding pavilion.
It's a family-friendly venue that's in the works to open next summer. The Marriott is part of it.
Connected to a 50,000 square foot fully enclosed indoor water park, state-of-the-art building, all glass with a retractable roof, and that segues over to the previously announced Oasis amusement park, which will have 15 plus rides, major roller coasters, 200-foot tall observation wheel, restaurants, family entertainment center.
The amusement park is set to open in summer of 2024. The hotel and water park are expected to open sometime in 2026. Todd Schneider, managing partner with Skyview Partners, says this development is bringing something that's missing to Lake of the Ozarks.
So to be able to have the hotel and the observation wheel open year-round and the indoor water park, we think it's a pretty dynamic package that's missing down here.
The new development is expected to bring many jobs to the area.
I mean, the amusement park alone will probably have 200 positions, from general manager all the way down to a porter. So we'll have people here around the clock and a very robust operation on site.
Groundbreaking is expected to begin in June. Coming up, Kansas State held an open forum in Crawford County. Plus, Crowder College hosts networking opportunities for students. Authorities arrest a man wanted for homicide out of Kansas City, Missouri. KOAM Shannon Becker was at the scene and has details.
We're in Royal Heights where this afternoon Joplin police learned information that a man was inside a residence who had a homicide warrant out of Kansas City, Missouri. A Joplin police officers' SWAT team responded to the area and did what they call a contain and call out, saying the person's name, giving them specific directions to come out with their hands up. After about an hour and a half, Joplin police negotiators were successful. They came out without any use of force, Captain William Davis tells us, here on the scene. It was the 1800 block of North St. Charles, and soon the neighborhood will be all back to normal. More information on our website, and also coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. In Royal Heights, I'm Shannon Becker for KOAM News Now.
Kansas State University's president is in Crawford County as the school hosted an open forum for the community. The day full of events started this morning at the Girard Civic Center. University President Richard Linton and the K-State Connected Cats talked about the university, community connections, and the student experience. There were a lot of programs to look at, no matter your passion.
I think it's just, kind of finding your passion and, there's a million programs and just really focusing on, what you want to do and asking questions and getting help. So somebody knows the answer.
A session about community cooperation and advancing economic prosperity took place earlier this afternoon in Pittsburgh. Some area students met today at Missouri Southern for a science competition. The university held its annual regional science fair and Missouri Junior Academy of Science presentations. The competition is for high school and middle school students. There were a variety of categories including behavioral and social sciences, cell science, microbiology, and chemistry.
Learning something new and just the process of it and like the ending, it's very satisfying to see that it worked out.
This year's fair included 51 projects in the middle school category and 13 projects in the high school category. Crowder College hosted the Spring Career Expo today. The event was at the Bob Snyder Gymnasium and Crowder's Neosho campus from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The event was free and open to the public, and it was a good way for people to connect with area businesses. The fair hosted around 70 businesses in a variety of areas. A little later, the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons baseball team opens up their season against SEK rival Chanute.
Plus, it's going to be a cold night for us tonight. We're going to be looking at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a chilly one for us today, even though we got some sunshine during the afternoon after some clouds and a few showers during the morning hours, but pretty much crystal clear blue skies out there right now. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resorts, and I think we'll stick with mostly clear skies as we go through the overnight hours. But yeah, it's kind of cold. It's 49 in Neosho, 50 in Stockton, Pittsburgh sitting at 50. Nowata at 53 degrees, and most of us are going to drop back near freezing as we progress through the evening into the overnight hours. But it looks good. 7th and range line sitting at 48, northerly winds 5 to 10. Humidity is at 50%. Was a little bit breezy for us today. We had those northerly winds at about 10 to 15. These are starting to calm down, and they will be very light for us tonight, so that's good. At least we're not going to have much in the way of winds. All right, we're going to slide back through the 40s, 30s. Most of us about 32, 33 degrees for an overnight low, but nothing going on here. We have pretty much clear skies across the region. I had a weak little wave this morning. It's racing off toward the east. Most of our weather out west looks pretty good until you hit this system. This is our next system, which will affect us Thursday night into Friday with chances for showers and thunderstorms. Until then, we look okay. Let's step through time for us tonight. 32 in Nevada, 34 Anderson, 32 in Pittsburgh. So it's going to be cold to start the day. We're going to warm up quickly. Look at the wind arrows. Southwesterly wind helps us warm up. So mid 50s by noon, and I think most of us about 60, 61 during the afternoon. Here's your day planner. 35 at 7, 55 by noon, 62 by 5, winds not as strong, southerly winds at about 5 to 10. As we go into tomorrow night, not as chilly. We drop back low to mid 40s. On Thursday, we get a lot of mid and upper level clouds. The southerly winds pick up a little bit, but we do warm into the mid 60s for highs. We're going to watch for if any thunderstorms can get going out across central parts of Oklahoma, and if any of those can head toward us by Friday morning. So a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. We're just going to see if those can get going Thursday evening. So let's look at our hot spots Thursday and Friday. Very low severe threat, central Oklahoma on Thursday. This spreads east, so we're going to have a very low threat once those thunderstorms roll in Friday morning. The bigger threat is going to be just to our east once we get into Friday afternoon. So that's the target area to really get severe weather, just east of the region. But we are going to have those scattered thunderstorms Friday morning, and then they exit. You can see the bigger storms by Friday afternoon. Then we clear out just in time for the weekend. 60 tomorrow, 66 Thursday, 73 Friday, morning storms. Saturday looks great, near 60. Sunday looks fantastic, 74. Thunderstorms back in Monday and Tuesday. Both of those days we're going to have a severe threat as well, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that, but it's that time of the year.
Well, I got to say I am definitely looking forward to this weekend. Sunday's looking very pretty. So.
Yeah, looks great.
Thank you. Still ahead, Missouri Southern baseball hits the road to face Rogers State. And a Pittsburgh High School junior wins an archery state championship. Jacob Leonard has that and more.
Well, today is the opening day of the baseball season for the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. Pittsburgh plays at home this afternoon to open their schedule, hosting SEK rival Chanute. Now, the Blue Comets are 0-1 coming into this one. Pittsburgh swept Chanute in the regular season last spring. In the first inning, Webb Fern grounds to third. Now, he's thrown out at first, but he gets the RBI ground out. Dawson Stegman scores. Chanute tries to answer in the top of the second. This is Cohen Wheeler. Gets it through second, then gets it into the outfield. Wheeler rounds second into third. Blue Comets in business with just one out, but check this out. Grounder to first. Garrett Hansen comes up with it, comes home with it. Tucker Akins makes the tag. Pittsburgh gets out of the inning unharmed. On the mound for the Dragons, Bo Pasteur gets the strikeout here. This one actually still going. Pittsburgh leads 10-6 in the top of the sixth. Well, Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern have been two of the best teams in the MIAA all season. They're both 13-3 in conference play, tied with Central Missouri for first place in the league. Now, they're both on the field today. 7th-ranked Southern on the road against Rogers State. In this one, the Lions roll big, 17-6. A lot of guys with big days. Garrett Rice and Ethan Clark each collect 4 RBIs. Henry Kuziak and Tyler Ferguson each go deep. Southern is now 24-7 overall this season. As for the Gorillas, they put their 8-game winning streak on the line this afternoon against Emporia State. Right now, that one just getting started. Emporia State has taken a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. We'll have the latest from this one right here tonight at 10. Well, Pittsburgh High School recognizes its archery team today for their performance in the state competition over the weekend. The Dragons finished 3rd as a team in the bullseye competition and 2nd in the 3D competition. Junior Tucker Akins won an individual state championship in the bullseye competition with a score of 289, his best score of the season.
This was really his PR in a tournament. He shoots that and higher at practice, but it's a whole different ball of wax when you go and you're at a tournament with 70 other people shooting at the same time.
That tournament's a big tournament. There's a lot of people there. I was a little nervous, but main thing is just relax and do what you can do. I mean, it's archery. Things are going to happen. There's going to be a bad arrow here and there, but it was pretty fun. It means a lot. I'm glad I was able to be a state champion.
And one more big sports note from today. Lacey Stokes, All-American from Missouri Southern basketball, is entering the transfer portal. She's leaving Southern after 2 seasons.
Wow. Well, that sounds great, Jacob. Thank you. That's it for sports, and we're right back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hundreds of teachers and administrators from the area school districts gather in Webb City for the annual celebration of schools. Plus, Crowder College unveils its new surgical technology classroom. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. What's going on in weather?
Well, it's going to be cold tonight. We're going to drop back right around freezing for an overnight low, but tomorrow looks pretty good. 60, sunny skies, 66 on Thursday, some thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday morning.
Sounds good. What's going on in sports?
We told you Missouri Southern had a big win against Rogers State today. In their last 4 meetings, Missouri Southern has outscored Rogers State 63-12.
It's pretty good.
4 bad ones in a row.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.